On this episode of Two Tickets, Please.
Let's just talk about this. Let me just back up. So I have a lesson that is coming out of this movie, which is one, I am never going to a movie that Art wants to see again without doing a lot of research.
Hello, and welcome to Two Tickets, Please. I'm Art.
And I'm Amber.
And we are two best friends who love to watch movies together. And Amber, boy, do we have a good one for today.
I mean, do we?
We do. Amber, let our millions of fans know what movie we went to go see. And we came straight to the Two Ticket studio to record immediately.
Yes. So tonight's endeavor, as you may have seen on our social media, was to go to the premiere of Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Cannon. I'm Deputy Chief for the U.S. Embassy. Your daughter Katie has been found. She's alive.
She's been missing for 8 years. What was our daughter doing in a 3,000-year-old sarcophagus?
She just needs our care and lots of love.
How many others were found?
57.
How many of them were still alive?
What happened to Katie? What really happened to her?
I just want my daughter back.
Starring Jack Raynor, Laia Costa, May Callumway, Natalie Grace as Katie, who's the main character, and some interesting support cast with Shiloh Molina and Billy Roy as the other children. This movie was directed, obviously, by Lee Cronin, and one of the producers was James Wan.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So are you going to give let's go ahead and do the brief breakdown and then let's get into it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do the breakdown. Totally freaking lied. And I'm going to do, this is the part where you're going to bleep out every.
My stars, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, you guys.
So yeah, the young daughter of a journalist disappears into the desert without a trace. 8 years later, the broken family is shocked when she is returned to them as what should be a joyful reunion turns into a living nightmare.
All right. So we're getting into The Mummy.
Yeah.
So, first of all,
Yeah.
I'm going to put a disclaimer out there before we even do spoilers. We're going to give a breakdown and then we're going to go in later. We're trying to do a little bit more into before to get to the spoilers. So, first of all, disclaimer for me. I intentionally did not read anything on this movie whatsoever other than the cast and the people who were producing and also the people who were directing. Every single time there was any kind of anything, I even avoided the trailers for this one. I saw it once a while back ago in the theater, and after that, I avoided it. I want to be completely surprised when I went to go see this movie. So when I saw it was hitting, and we're trying to do a balance here of movies that both Amber likes and movies that I like, and then a combination of the two just to keep things fresh and everything. So I went into this one completely blind.
Yeah.
Having done so, I've had a really tasty treat when it came to this movie because this ended up being The Exorcist for Mummies. Yes, it did. And
Let's just talk about this. Let me just back up. So I have a lesson that is coming out of this movie, which is one, I am never going to a movie that Art wants to see again without doing a lot of research, because there is one freaking type of movie that I absolutely, without fail, refuse to watch. Any types of movies that have to do with exorcisms or demonic spirits, those genuinely, absolutely terrify me. And not in a fun way, right? Not in a fun way. As in I can't sleep, I have nightmares, I'm creeped out, I
Which I'm
left the
totally
theater.
jealous of.
I left the theater, and before coming to the 2 Ticket Studio, I went home and got my husband and made him ride up here in the car with me because I did not want to be by myself. So he is now in the other room while we're recording this episode because I am traumatized.
Oh, my stars and garters. Yeah, she actually went and got the House of Darion.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have to ride alone. All right. All right, let's get into it. First of all, uh, I love we get to see a little bit of the family dynamic in the beginning. They're one family actually in particular, and it's starting off like a normal movie. Things are progressing, and then of course you got to get everything going when it comes to the story. And boy, when it gets going, it got really going. We did have a fun kill in the beginning, and I thought we were going to be cool because you laughed at it. I think it's like a nice, cool. What kind of kill would you classify that through?
Just like a typical, story stab kind of kill.
Yeah, a slasher kind of a kill.
Which I'm fine with. Yeah.
And then for Amber, it was kind of all downhill from there.
It went downhill.
For me,
Exploded.
I was riding high on that little cloud of just utter bliss at this movie. I was insanely happy with this movie. It was awesome. I freaking loved this movie. There are times in this movie that even shocked me, which I love. I've been watching horror for so long. I'm kind of desensitized to a lot of stuff. And I guess now when it comes to you, I should be a little bit more sensitive as to what we're seeing, and maybe I should do a little research. But like I said, I guess for selfish reasons, I just like to be surprised with these movies. I feel the less you know, the more surprised you are, especially if you get those movies that is like, is this going to be okay? And you go in expecting nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're surprised. Yeah. This, however, did not work out for Miss Amber. Mm-mm. So Miss Amber, I'm going to start with you, your viewpoint on this movie, and let's go ahead and give us the highs that you looked. And I know you got some lows, girl. You got some lows with this movie.
I have no highs. I did not like this movie. I feel like this was a cheap excuse to do another version of The Exorcist, another demonic possession movie. They tried to incorporate a sad little version of Egypt and the mummy lore. And I think slapping Lee Cronin's name on it and having an excuse to do an exorcism movie is what this movie was. It really was. It was ceiling crawling, teeth pulling, skin ripping, backwards crawling, Linda Blair vomiting, and I hated it. I truly hated it. So for any of you out there that are like me, that do not like overly gory movies with very little story, and honestly, this was just a gore fest. That's all it was. It was an excuse to do all of these things just for shock value and really no content. So if you want to go see a movie that's super gross and disgusting and really has no point and no backstory, no lore, that's really entertaining, I mean, in the first 20 minutes, it feels like you're going to get that. And then it just derails and turns into a typical exorcism movie. And that's not what I wanted to see. It is not at all. And yeah, I mean, if you're a diehard fan of horror who loves all of those things, I mean, I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy the grossness and the sound effects. I do think whoever did the sound editing on this was horrible because the sound was so out of control loud. At certain points, it hurt your ears. And it wasn't even in Dolby. This was a laser show.
What was it again?
This was in
laser.
So I don't know who did the sound editing.
Most of the time when it does that, it's the instructions they give the theater to where to crank that and everything. The editing maybe it'd be one thing, but whoever decides to put the promotions out there, how to turn the decibels up for the theater, it just depends on which theater.
It was really uncomfortably loud, and I don't mind a loud theater. I love Dolby. I love it when your butts are rumbling.
Yeah, but
dinosaurs are growling and your cheeks are
rumbling. Imagine what would have been felt like in the rumbling seats. Yeah, we would just vibrate right out at the theater.
Yeah, and let me just preface this by saying I do like horror movies. I do not like this type of horror movie. I do not enjoy it. I spent the last 20 minutes in a ball with my face covered, holding onto Art's hand while he profusely apologized.
I wasn't doing it on purpose, and I didn't.
I know.
I didn't do it on purpose. So,
this would be the last episode of 2 Tickets, Please, because Art would be missing.
Oh, You mean I'd be helping a cultural attaché in Greece?
He would be visiting.
Really?
He would be helping out my husband, Mr. Goldman.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, with my period.
Paul de Lemon, depending on where you are.
Depending on where you are, we never know how it's pronounced.
Right. All right. So that's your
sorry.
That's your verdict.
I'm sorry. This is one we just absolutely are going to disagree on,
And I'm here for that.
That's
So
okay.
are you gonna volley the ball to me now?
I mean, I am, but you're just going to say,
No.
He is-
Mark me. I will more say what I gotta say, my opinion, like you gotta say yours.
Mhm.
Check it. I freaking loved this. First of all, I really like the fact that they took the premise of the story, and here's where it comes to a big old spoiler
look
alert.
out!
This is we're gonna get more into the to the movie and a little bit more of the lore, but this happens mainly in Cairo. So, as you know, there's a lot of kidnappings and human trafficking in Cairo. And there's been news articles before where they're hiding artifacts that they won't touch. This kind of touches on that. So that was it was really kind of cool to see that come into the horror movie and bring a little lens to that. So that was kind of cool. The lore, first of all, I mean, I've seen pretty much every mummy movie there's been out there, from the original to the sequels to the chubby mummy. We'll get into that one later, some out of the episode. I have seen every mummy movie because it's part of the Universal, and the Universal monsters those are my boys. The first person I ever truly fell in love with was Vlad the Impaler, Dracula. I used to read up everything about him when I was a kid, so I was thoroughly in for it, for a penny, in for a pound when it came to this movie. So I was pleasantly surprised that I kind of knew what we could be getting into with this one, and boy, to my delight, we get body horror. We get the most visceral sound of body horror. You get the sound married in with the visuals so well. Now, like I said before, I've seen so many horror movies. It's what I truly love. It's my passion. It is my love language. But there are still some scenes in this movie that still even shocked me. And if it still shocks me, then I know my horror hounds out there are going to absolutely love this one. If not just for the body horror alone, the other thing that was really impressive is that all the actors were really good, especially the girl who played the possessed mummy girl. Holy cow, she was scary. Not only did the director do a good job with her, but her performance, that girl creeped me out. She creeped me out. And that, I'd say that's high marks for me. I love that. And through the story, you get to find out that this family is a mixed family. You have Jack Rayner, who is from Midsummer. So I know this guy likes to do horrific, tragic, high-level horror movies, and here's another one. But he's so good. He's so good in this movie. But it's a mixed family. You have a Hispanic family mixed with Jack's character. You get
Charlie.
You get two different kinds of viewpoints when it comes to this family. It leads to some kind of arguments. It's an incorporated family I like to see more than just a straight up white family, more than just a straight up any kind of family. I like seeing mixed that we get all mixed together. And that brought that to the forefront for me, which is really cool. That really touched my heart. I love seeing family dynamics like that. But I am telling you, that little girl, the girl who played her, I got it.
Natalie Grace.
Full marks to you, young lady. You impressed the holy heck out of me. You scared me. You did such a good job. You committed. Your director committed, and you pulled something off that kind of freaked me out. And I am eternally grateful for that. And so I would highly recommend this movie for my horror hounds who absolutely love this kind of movie. The other thing that I love is seeing how they did the hieroglyphs in this movie. They did it in a different way. I won't spoil that for you, but just seeing the textures on the wall, the set director did a perfect, beautiful job with this movie in creating texture and atmosphere that would creep you out, but I was still looking, trying to catch every little thing my little eyes could get a hold of. So I will be going and seeing this movie again, hands down. For those kids who don't have the happy endings, for all those kids that go missing in this country, in this movie, they get a little bit back. I'll just say that. But the ending of the movie, I haven't seen a movie like this for a horror movie. I haven't seen an ending like this for quite a while. With the latest, what they would consider a high-level horror or elevated horror, we don't get a very happy endings. This one kind of gave us one, and it was kind of cool. I was all there for it. So that's my love for this movie. I was thoroughly impressed. Like I said, I went in there blind. but it came out with beautiful visions of mummies, blood, gore, cringeness, everything that does some things that made me feel uncomfortable. And I was here for it every single day, every minute of that movie. So I personally loved this movie. There's a lot of horror movies that are out there. Obviously, the market is very saturated with it.
There was a 97% chance we were going to walk out of that theater with him loving it the minute we started seeing the exorcism.
You're damn right. And I loved it. And I make no apologies for it. So again, my verdict, Amber,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it, I will buy a ticket.
Yep.
And I took a little survey at the end of those, the people who do the promotions for the movies were there. They were right after my heart. Would you buy this in physical media? And you know, I smashed the yes button. So whoever loves horror and this kind of version and genre of horror, I think you will absolutely love this movie.
Yes.
Amber?
Hell no, I don't want a ticket. Actually, I would like to send someone my bill for therapy. Thank you very much. And I need a new prescription for Ambien because I am going to have nightmares.
Yeah, that's the reason why you need Ambien. But, so you would say no ticket.
0 tickets. Negative.
No, negative tickets.
Give me
So,
my ticket back.
sorry. So once again, it was a great theater experience. We went to go to the AMC, went to Promenade, the AMC 24, used our A-list. The theater was clean, staff was great. We actually got to talk to some of the people in the theater. So it was just all around for me a good experience. The people there were great. And all the other people who were there who I watched the movie in the theater that I got to talk to, they loved it too. So it was, like I say, if this is your giggity gig, now that I know what kind it actually is, I think you'll love it. So
If you like listening to me and Art fight about movies, and if Art makes it, you guys can still follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and you're watching this episode right here on YouTube. So
don't forget to click, like, subscribe, follow, ring-a-ling, that little ding-a-ling so you
and
get
leave some
notified.
comments. We really want to
Please.
talk to you guys. We want to know what you like. We want to know what you think. And we want to have those conversations with you. So until next time, thanks for watching.
See you guys. Keep watching your movies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.